Thank you for joining us for 21 Next. I'm TJ Anthony. Today's a busy news day. We're following up on a major story that all unfolded yesterday in Lancaster County. Right now, two people are dead after a double homicide. This happened in West Hempfield Township. And we have some new details about this day. So just released into our newsroom recently, police say that a Columbia man allegedly killed his estranged wife and sister-in-law and hurt his son after an argument. And police say that suspect's name is Santiago Payano-Sanchez. He's 63 years old, and that shooting happened in West Hempfield Township, right along the 2100 block of Hallow Drive. That's where police were on the scene for hours investigating what had happened. EMS were on the scene. They had multiple ambulance vehicles as well as police vehicles as well. I mean, that scene was taped off. Our CBS joining with Andrew Klein. He was at the scene. Andrew, you've been there for hours. You got the affidavit. You got your hands on that. So kind of break down what you learned from that affidavit as we take a closer look into some new details that we're learning.
Yeah, TJ, that affidavit is right here. I've been looking through this, the entire day. Of course, you've mentioned a few of the new details that we've learned so far, but so much is coming out of this story, and so many of those details are just coming from a few pieces of paper that we're able to get our hands on. Now, it says that the officers responded to a call that was here, right to my left, actually, is that scene on the 2100 block of Oak Hollow Drive here in Lancaster County. Like you mentioned, when they got here, they found one man that had been shot in the abdomen. That was the shooter's son. At the time, he was accompanied by the shooter's sister, police say. Now, the sister told police that, her brother, who is the shooter, as we mentioned, that's Santiago Payano-Sanchez, had shot multiple people inside the home. She also said there were multiple children at the time still inside the home. That is the mugshot right there of the shooter, Payano-Sanchez. And, we learned that when police got inside the home, that's when they immediately saw Ana Gutierrez dead with an apparent gunshot wound. They continued to search the home. They found the shooter. When they found the shooter, he was, attempting to harm himself before he went over and, was able to speak with police. And then he was eventually taken, transported to get medical attention right after then. And then, the shooter actually, within minutes, this is, I think, the most interesting thing that came out of the affidavit today. Within minutes of each other, the shooter made two phone calls after these shootings happened, one to a cousin and one to his daughter, and he allegedly admitted to doing what we are claiming he had done. Allegedly, again, he admitted to apparently shooting these two people, and he thought that there were three people, excuse me, and he thought they were all dead. These are all things that police are saying and that we've read so far today through the affidavit. That's the biggest thing that I've read so far, was that point that he made those two phone calls to family members, apparently admitting that he had done this crime.
Yeah, no, that's definitely an interesting fact. I want to point out something else that we learned today, where police had said that the suspect surrendered to officers after trying to hurt himself, and he had to be taken to medical treatment for self-inflicted superficial injury, they're claiming. So there's a lot that's unfolding with this. I mean, that scene was very jam-packed with police cars, EMS vehicles, first responders responding there. We had response from neighbors. You actually got to speak to a couple of neighbors. I mean, what did they say about anything? Did they hear anything? Did they see anything happen? Did they think this could have possibly happened in their neighborhood?
Yeah, I mean, I had a chance to speak with one lady who explained kind of the whole situation, and she explained that she works in EMS, so it wasn't necessarily like a scary, crazy situation, but it's something that you just don't expect to happen in your backyard. And I think that's one of the scary aspects of it for a lot of people in the area right now. It's just not something you see every day around here right now. And it's another thing that makes this story so big and hit so close to home, is because people there. I've seen a number of people walking around, walking their dogs. I just saw multiple school buses come by, and it's just right now that the scene is getting cleared up, but there are so many families in the area as well. So definitely an emotional experience for a number of people as well.
Yeah, and you got to see some of that police response in that video right there. I mean, officers were walking with guns drawn. They have riot shields. Really just trying to secure that area. I'm curious because of, just how high tense, it was in that neighborhood. What is the mood like there? It sounds like things are pretty normal today.
Yeah, TJ, honestly, if you drove around, aside from a couple of, news cars hanging around, if you really drove through the neighborhood and down the street, I don't think you would anticipate anything had actually happened here. Right now, the scene is clear. The scene is, right to my left. There's no more police tape. There was a police car sitting on the lawn in front of the home where this happened. That car is gone. So, in the last, 15, 20 minutes, we've seen a number of school buses come through, a number of kids get off those school buses, parents waiting for them right across the street from this home where that happened. So, about 24 hours later, we're seeing a completely different neighborhood right now. So, it's definitely something that I think is going to stick in people's minds. There's a house on the corner. When you drive past, that house looks separate compared to a number of the other ones that are around here. So you can really tell that house is there, but you can't tell that anything necessarily happened right now unless you kind of know what is going on in the last 24 or so hours here in Lancaster County in this specific neighborhood.
Yeah, and of course, the big question is, why did this allegedly happen? What was the motive? Police are still digging into those details. Andrew, anything that you want to know as this investigation continues?
I mean, the motive, that would be the big one. If the police are able to find any sort of thing like that. I mean, we have a lot of the information right now. The big question is why? Why did this all happen? And how did this all happen so quickly?
All right. And we have a lot more to show you about this investigation, about those tense moments that unfolded yesterday. So make sure you tune into CBS 21 News at 5, 5:30, 6, 10, and 11 so you can see all of the new video that we have into our newsroom that really just give you a good perspective about everything that unfolded yesterday. So we'll see you during that newscast. Andrew, we'll see you there as well. Thank you for digging into those details. And thank you for joining us for 21 Next. See you soon.